I've begun, I began reporting when Mr. Motto began speaking.
That's perfect. Perfect. Go ahead, Phil.
Again, this is the Board of Building Standards hearing agenda for Thursday, February 6, 2025. The following items are going to be read into the record as moot complied. The first being MI 2025-000420 for 6359 Mershon Street. Angel Chung was the appellant. The next matter is MI 2025-000421 for the property 2049 Upland Way. Dale Croxton, appellant. The next matter is MI 2025-000422 for the property 3010 North Hamburger Street. Fatima Abdul Kazam is the appellant. The next matter being MI 2025-000423 for the property 3022 West Kelowna Street. Lamar Thomas, the appellant. The next item is MI 2025-000426 for the property 4226 Frankfurt Avenue. Pete Wong was the appellant. MI 2025-000427 for the property 1983 through 1985 West Hunting Park. Sharita Barber Jenkins was the appellant. And lastly, sir, MI 2025-000430 for the property 311 North 60th Street. Ajay Singhal was the appellant.
Okay. All right. We're all good with it. Ted? Amy, you all good?
Yes.
Good. Okay. All right. Want to start our first case, Phil? Are the people from 329 and 331 Fairmount Avenue here? Okay. All right. Oh, have a seat. Come on up. Tom, are you here?
I am.
Okay. Okay, before we get started, I need you to raise your right hand and swear to tell the truth, nothing but the truth.
I do.
And could you state your name?
Elaine Roditas.
Okay, and don't be nervous, okay?
I am.
All right.
I
Oh,
am.
don't worry about being nervous. We're fine.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you.
Tom, raise your right hand. Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay. Tom, you want to give us a little bit about the case?
Can I put that on the record, sir?
Yes, please.
This is MI 2024-007483 for the property 329 through 331 Fairmount Avenue. Elaine Roditz is the appellant.
All right, Tom, let's hear your story.
So I have the property at, let me just make sure I have the address correctly. The property at 329 through 31 Fairmount Avenue has been declared as unsafe by the department for conditions of the exterior of the property. The appellant filed this action in front of the board. Essentially, I need an extension in order to comply. That said, I'll go right to the photos, and then we were presented with a document that was emailed to the administrative board or the appeals board that they have engaged the services of a contracting service, and seems to be a quote that has been added that was prepared 2 days ago. So at the conclusion, I would be asking the board to grant a variance for a permit within 60 days. But I'll share my screen.
Okay, share your screen. All right, we say it, Tom.
Thank you. So in the interest of time, I'll go right to the photos.
Yeah.
So you have the exterior wall on the side of the property that's deteriorated. It looks like there's some spalling concrete or delaminating of the brickwork under the stucco work. Another vantage point, and then the posting of the front of the property. And 2 more photographs.
Mhm.
And then another updated photograph of the property taken in July. And then another photograph following up another inspection. That said, I'll go to the form that was sent to us. And this is the quote that we received. In looking at that, the department has no quorum with asking for the grant, the variance for 60 days.
Okay,
That all rest.
okay. Elaine, is that fine? 60 days, good enough to get,
60 days, as far as I'm concerned, that's good enough.
that's it,
So that's the amount of time that he has to
To-
the contractor or,
to get the permit,
to get the
to get the permit,
Oh, okay, I'm
okay?
sorry.
And so he needs 60 days to get the permit. He knows what to do after that, your contractor. Make sure you have a
Okay.
contractor from the city that's licensed with the city, okay? There's a list, Tom, right?
I have,
Do you have your contractor?
The quote is the quote.
I
list-
have the same thing that you're showing up there. The-
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, the email that preceded that, I thought was going to also get sent.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure
Yeah,
it got sent.
Because, I have his name and the company name.
Okay,
and where he
Tom, is
can
that
be- where he can-
company a licensed contractor?
I'm assuming, because when I searched, I put up licensed contractors
Oh,
approved by
okay.
the city. So
Okay.
I'm assuming he is.
Okay.
I actually never asked him that. Now
Uh-huh.
you're making me doubt, but I'm assuming he is.
Okay. Tom?
I
Yes.
don't have that search in front of me, but the appellant should ask to see a copy of the license, the active license. That would be a good.
Yeah,
resource.
when you talk to him to pull the permit, to start the work, ask him if he's a licensed contractor with the city. He should have a license that he could show you, okay?
Okay,
And so, all right, good luck.
great.
Yeah,
Thank
It
you
wasn't
so
hard,
much.
was it?
No,
That's right.
Thank
Do
you so much. I
Do you know
really-
why? Because we
Correct.
don't work for the city.
thank you so
I'm
much.
only
I
kidding
really
you.
appreciate it. It was pretty easy breezy. As long as you have somebody that's lined up for it, which is, I apologize for the state of it, but there's been a lot of family tragedies and whatnot, and that has been important, but a little bit on the back burner
Mhm.
and not really focused on, to be honest with
We
you.
understand.
So,
Okay, good luck.
But it will be now. Thank you very much.
All right. no
I'm
problem.
just going to recommend that you make sure they get started on the paperwork that they need for the permit.
Yes,
Mhm.
I will. Trust me. I'm calling him when I get back.
Okay,
Thank you very much.
bye-bye. I just want to make sure that we have the name, we gave the okay, Ted, myself, and Amy. Ted Argus, you're in favor, Ted?
Yes.
And Amy, you were in favor of that
Yes.
decision, right?
Yes.
Yes, and I'm in favor of it too, okay? That was my oversight. Okay,
Sir, the next item on today's list is MI 2025-000-350. That's for the property at 718 through 26 North 17th Street. They have requested a continuance, but members of the board have asked for clarification from Mr. Robakowski as to whether that would be appropriate.
okay, Tom.
So the property in question is
But before we begin, is appellant's counsel or anybody for the appellant here?
Dara School Realty Company, LP, Samantha Pulley, Esquire. No response to the calls of the name.
Okay,
So this has a long history. The violation has been for quite some time. It involves the property at 718 North 17th Street, where a section of the parapet wall collapsed off the property. That said, I'd like to establish the record, so I'd ask that this be continued to the next listing and no other continuances be granted.
Okay, to the next listing, what you mean to the next hearing?
At the next session, yes.
Okay, and is everything okay with that, Tom? That it's just unsafe?
The property has still been declared as eminently dangerous in that there has been no action to repair the property by way of a permit. But that said, we would like to make it as a matter of record with the appellant in present at the hearing.
Okay. Okay, so it'll be at the next hearing. We'll grant the continuance. Ted, you okay with that?
Okay with me.
Tom, is this a school?
No, it was. It is a multi-unit apartment building.
Okay, thanks.
You okay with the next hearing? Okay, fine. We're all okay with to the next hearing. All right? All right, that takes care of that one. Christian Street.
Next item, sir, is MI 2024-007-552 for the property 1524 Christian Street. Natalie Webb is the appellant. Natalie Webb? Anybody affiliated with 1524 Christian?
Going once. Going twice. Is anybody here from Christian Street?
Appellant listed 1524 Christian Street as their address. Notice that this hearing was sent to 1524 Christian Street on 1/21 of 25.
Okay. All right, so let's do this. It's okay with Amy and Ted. We'll go on with the other cases and then we'll come back. Maybe they're late. There's something happened getting here. And then we'll take the proper procedures that we have to.
Sir.
Next one, City Avenue.
This is MI 2024-007-397 for the property located 6100 City Avenue. Nathan Ward is the appellant.
Hi, good morning. We're here. Or good afternoon at this point.
Okay, who's were?
I'm sorry?
Who is were?
No,
You said we're here.
I'm here. I'm here on behalf of Premier Properties.
Are you a lawyer?
I'm the appellant, I'm the expediter, and I'm the owner's rep at the property.
Okay, but you're not a lawyer.
I'm not.
Okay, are you going to be the only one testifying?
I will be.
Okay, could you please raise your right hand, swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay, and could you state your name, please?
Nathan Ward,
Okay,
for the record, W-A-R-D.
okay. I'm Wayne Miller, board member.
Amy Rivera, board member.
Ed August, board member.
Right, McSherry, Board Counsel.
Philip
I'm
Motto,
at-
Boards Administration.
I'm Matthew Wojcik, LNI Supervisor.
Okay, Phil, could you read that into the record?
Yes, sir. This is MI 2024-007-397 for the property 6100 City Avenue.
Who's that?
I want to see.
All right, good. All right, Phil, so you read it into the record? All right. Tom, could you raise your right hand, swear to tell the truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, can you start us out on this case?
So what we have is the property at 6100 City Avenue. It's a multi-unit apartment building with a parking garage on the lower level. It has been declared as unsafe with conditions in that parking garage. I believe if Mr. Ward and myself were allowed to go into breakout room, I believe we could have a resolution to today's matter.
Okay, go in the breakout room. Let's get it squared away. Okay,
Well,
You on the record?
yep.
so Mr.
Go ahead,
Ward
Tom.
had a moment to talk about the property at 6100 City Avenue. Now, like I said, this is a multi-unit apartment building with a parking garage on the lower level. This is not a climate-controlled area. So my proposal to the board and to Mr. Ward was to give the appellant 60 days to get a permit under review, in that it does involve concrete, it does involve spalling concrete and the installation and some bracing or shoring And we know that we're in the winter months, so it would give the time to start the work accordingly. So it would be 60 days to get a permit to be under review by the department.
Can we see the case, though? Can you show us pictures?
I have pictures from the outside of the property. Mr. Ward does have and did provide me with plans, and his detailed photos show the spalling conditions a little bit more in detail.
Want to show us some? Oh, he's frozen.
Hello?
Oh, no.
Mr. Ward, would you
And he's
mind?
like one of them.
Yeah, sharing the screen. Yes, yes,
Wanna go in
yes,
the
yes.
water For the fish?
Yes. One second. Hold on 1 second. 1 minute. I'll pull it up in a second.
Oh, Jesus, Mary, and 6 St. Joseph.
Gotta go to share. Share.
It's coming. up.
Okay.
There you go.
Can everybody see?
Yep.
Okay, so the client went, the owners are responsible owners. It's an institutionally run and operated property. They went and they got, since getting the violation, they went, I mean, they're aware that they've had problems. There's a previous permit that, I mean, I know they spent a lot of money in doing work there in the past. They went and they got like, they had an engineer go, like they went to like a real engineering firm. They got them to put up all these plans, and yeah, they have some pictures here of the garage at the last page, and they have a contractor. They told me that they plan on, contractors were supposed to file for permits this week. And they were waiting on to finalize something. I think it was probably pricing or something amongst their contract with him. Like they sent me the contract that they have with their vendors that they signed. And like the client is handling it, they're taking care of the issue. I think it's just a matter of time until they're able to have everybody ready and have all the vendors ready to, and everybody lined up.
What was this building before?
It's an apartment building.
Yeah, I know. Was it like, did St. Joe's use it, or was that the presidential or something?
It was the presidential, yes, that was a
Yeah,
presidential.
yeah.
Very good. Oh, you're
Yeah.
real old. Okay,
That's a
you know
lo- I
Philadelphia.
am old.
You know Philadelphia. Yeah, it was the presidential. It
Yeah,
was
I remember that,
presidential,
yeah.
Then it was the point, and years later, for a few years, then they sold it and to Premier, and now it became the Premier. So yes,
Yeah.
it's a few owners back, but yes,
Yeah, okay.
yeah, you have a good memory.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, good. All right. Are we all good with that?
Yes, if it's acceptable to Tom.
Yes.
Tom, everything's good with you? Yo,
Yes,
Tom.
I have full
Okay.
faith that it'll be actually submitted with the department
All right.
earlier than the 60 days.
Good deal. 60 days and get the permit and we're ready to roll. Okay, no problem. We're all in agreement. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Good luck. We're gonna, guys, good luck.
Thank you, everybody. Have a
All
nice
right.
day.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Okay, let me see here.
Just as a housekeeping matter, sir, number 5 on the list, MI 2024-007-553-1744 North Howard Street was a continuance request. The appellant had stated that they will be out of the country and requested a continuance to the next listing.
Okay, so continuance on Howard Street, they're out of the country?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Ted, are you okay with that? We'll find out from Tom.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm fine with that continuance.
Okay. Tom, it's okay. Christian Street, is anything real dangerous?
Now, Howard Street?
I'm sorry, Howard Street. Yes.
Yeah, Howard Street's fine.
Okay, good deal. All right, so they'll be, when did they say they'll be back?
On the
Phil?
11th.
On the 11th? Okay.
Yes.
All right, we're good with it. Thank you.
Recalling matter, forgive me, sir, recalling matter Number 3 on the list, MI 2024-007-552 for the property 1524 Christian Street, Natalie Webb, the appellant.
Okay, fine. All right. Natalie, are you here?
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not Natalie, but I
Okay.
have, here's our situation. She's on the phone in her house because we couldn't get their internet working in order to
Okay.
join the Zoom meeting. So, we're here, she's here, and she'll happy to explain what's going on. So,
Okay.
and I can go over there right now that it's our turn.
Okay, are you going to be testifying too?
I can share information, yes.
Okay, could you please raise your right hand, swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Absolutely,
And
yes.
state your name, please.
Vicky Ellis.
Okay, can Natalie hear us?
You know what? She's on mute. I'll be right back.
Okay, no
Hold
problem.
on.
All
I'm
right.
just right next door.
No problem. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, we're gonna do it right before, as soon as I swear. Yeah, okay. Gotta bring that up, there's something happened to him in Australia.
Hello, folks. We were speaking through the phone, but I don't think you could hear us.
No, we could not.
What phone number is she on?
She's unmuted now.
What is the phone number?
The 868-0603 number.
That is on mute still. It's either #6 or #9 on her phone that she'll
Yeah,
have to hit.
no, I just unmuted it.
She's on mute still with the number that ends 603 is still on
Yeah,
mute.
yeah. All right, let me try. Let me try it again. I just
Okay.
unmuted it.
All right,
Thank you.
no problem.
Folks, I'm sorry, I don't know why we can't, the only thing I'm gonna do is maybe hang up and call back in with that phone.
Excuse me, this is the reporter. Is it possible that it's *6 and *9? That's what they
Star
use
six,
for the other
star
here.
6 or *9. Usually I can just tap it on, but. So if it won't work, do you want to, I'll just call back in.
You're on mute, Mr. Miller.
They can bring you over, you can bring her over where you are and
Yeah,
then,
yeah, I tried that. She's a bit under the weather today.
oh, okay, all right. Give it another try, see what you can do.
Okay.
All
You think
right.
it's pound?
Pound 10 or pound 9, is that what you said, John?
Usually I can just undo it on my phone, but
Well,
it-
evidently that ain't working, so we gotta try something else, right?
yeah, and
I have sent a prompt to that phone to unmute, so that may well be on the phone now.
And Phil, you
Okay.
cannot unmute her?
I cannot. I can send the request to tell them to do it.
Yeah.
They just have to follow through.
Ryan, what is it, star?
it's an iPhone
Star 9 or star 10 or something like that?
star. Okay. And if not, I'm just gonna call back in and probably fix the problem.
Okay, okay, let's go.
Thank you.
All right, no problem. Yeah.
Here we go. Okay, I think we did it. Can you hear us now?
We can hear you,
Okay.
but we can't see you. Where you at?
Right, this is a phone. That's what I was explaining.
Okay.
There's no camera here.
All right, can you guys tell me how you're associated with this property?
Yes. I'm going to introduce you now to Natalie Webb, who is the owner of the property.
Okay, hi Natalie.
Hi.
Okay, so both of you guys are going to be testifying?
Yeah.
Okay, let's start out with Natalie. Natalie, please raise your right hand, swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth.
I do.
Okay, ma'am, could you state your name?
Natalie Evelyn Webb.
Okay, got you, Natalie. Now, the other lady, I forgot your name, I'm sorry. Could you state your name? and
Okay,
please-
so, yes. My name is Vicki Ellis.
Okay, could you please raise your right hand, swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Okay, we'll get started. I'm Wayne Miller, board member.
Amy Rivera, board member.
Ted Agus, board member.
Ryan McSherry, Board Counsel.
Matthew Ojigal, supervisor.
Philip Motto, Boards Administration.
Okay, Tom, could you please raise your right hand, swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, could you start us off about this case, please?
So essentially, the property at 1524 Christian Street was inspected by the department and declared unsafe for conditions of the front wall. It is a 3-story masonry structure. It is designated historic or in a historic designated area. There are fractures that are present on the front wall. Typically, it's very hard to show a bulge or a condition of a front wall. But in this case, when I share my screen, the board will see the conditions that are present at the property. At the conclusion, due to it being a historic property, and I just need to make the record clear, at the time the appeal was filed in June of 2024. The appellant made reference on the appeal form that they were working with an attorney to transfer the property to a Miss Natalie Webb, who is present in today's proceedings. I am pleased to say that transaction did occur, that a new deed was recorded in July 12th of 2024, awarding the property to Ms. Webb. So to make the record clear, the appeal was filed by Ms. Webb. At the time, she did not own the property, but she owns it now. At the conclusion of the photos, I would be requesting that a permit be under review in 90 days. But with that said, I'll share my screen.
Okay. It's coming, Tom. Okay, we see it.
Okay, so this is the notice that was affixed to the property, and you can see that it's a 3-story brownstone masonry on the front of the property that has fractures that are present on the front wall between the first story and the second story, between the second story and the third.
Okay.
There's more photographs of the property. There's the crack that's between the second and third, first and second story. And then there's another photograph of the property itself. These photographs were taken in November.
Okay.
So with that said, it is a requirement that a engineer requirement is present on the violation. So the appellant would have to obtain the services of an engineer to describe means and method of repairing the property. It would have to be approved by the Historic Commission, and then a permit would have to be obtained. With that, I'll rest.
Okay.
Who's currently living in the house?
From the documentation, it appears Ms. Webb.
I am, and my cousin.
Okay.
Okay. Did you hear what the inspector was saying? And do you have anything lined up to get this taken care of?
Yeah, yes. We're working on it.
Okay. How long do you think that will take you to get that done?
I can't put that time.
I'll fill in some blanks. This is Vicki Ellis, who, again, this is 1524. 1522 is a vacant lot. 1520 is my home.
Okay.
So I've been working with them. We've been working with some other people in the neighborhood, some organizations. I think the most pertinent thing in this case is to know that they, as you said, Natalie got the deed in her name from her mother who was deceased. So that's
Yes.
taken care of, which then opens up them being able to apply for some of these programs. They had applied for the PHDC program. They were accepted, and the contractor that came out basically proposed a work that was like way over the budget. Basically, this contractor that PHDC had come out when they accepted the case, the contractor said that the entire wall has to be rebuilt, and it was like over $100,000. So they denied the application because it was over budget. Natalie and I have gone to our council person. They're looking into it. I mean, this, the vacant lot, in some ways, it's been vacant since the late 80s. It somewhat contributed to the stability of both her house and my house. I had Starbolts put into my house about 7 or 8 years ago. I've lived there since 92. So I guess our question and what the council office is looking into is, why can't Starbolts be an acceptable correction rather than an entire wall rebuild?
Okay, who's your
So
council
that's
person?
one. That's
Who's your council
Kenyatta
person?
Johnson.
Kenyatta, okay.
Kenyatta.
Okay.
Yeah. So Tiffany White is looking at it with us. That's one. They also applied to the Repair, Renew, Restore program, the small interest loan program. because there, you know, in addition to the front wall, there may be some other things that they can correct on the house. But it's, they're in a little bit of a catch-22 right now. Natalie does not have income, but the income in the household is Mr. Gentry's Social Security income. And the catch-22 is for the Restore, Renew, Repair program, they're not eligible because Natalie doesn't have income, and Natalie, the owner, only the person on the deed can apply for this small interest loan program. Prince, her cousin, is not on the deed at this time. But PHDC would have been, you know, that was like a perfect program to help out. We were very encouraged by that and very surprised, frankly, at what the, what was recommended and really, you know, way over the budget.
Has a structural engineer?
Way over PHDC's budget.
Sorry, has a structural engineer looked at the property and
Not
made a
formally,
determination?
not formally. We've had, you know, an architect and not formally, but I'll say yes, but not formally. We don't have an actual estimate from an engineer.
Can you request another estimate?
From a structural engineer?
No,
that-
who's the PHC you're getting funding from? Can you, and they provided
well,
you
we're not-
with the builder
No,
that told
no,
you it
there-
was a rebuild?
There was no structural engineer involved in the PHDC program, to my knowledge. They sent a contractor out, and the contractor gave PHDC the estimate and what they felt needed to happen. We didn't see an itemized cost, and I have no impression that there was a structural engineer involved in the estimate.
Because
A
if you get
contractor was,
Yeah, if you get an engineer's report and the engineer determines that Star Bolts or another solution
Mhm.
is acceptable, then presumably the
Yeah.
cost will be significantly less. So that's the starting
Yes.
point. But, you know, we
Yes.
can't determine what is needed. You know,
Right,
the structural
right.
engineer will need to do that.
yes.
So I guess
Where
with the
does-
recommendation
what-
of 90 days, I guess within that time frame, if a structural engineer can look at it, make that determination, then
Mhm.
are you comfortable with the 90-day extension to get that done and to file for a building permit
Yeah.
or make safe permit?
Well, I don't, Natalie, she just went upstairs. She had to use the restroom, but I don't want to say that because I'm just sitting here as a neighbor who's supporting them. So I don't want to say whether that's realistic or not. I can say for sure that ever since the day they got the notice, they've been working hard to, with their resources, with their own resources, as well as with programs that the city offers, they've been doing due diligence on that front. I know that for sure.
The violation requires an engineer's report, so it's going
Yeah,
to be needed no
I'm-
matter what. I wouldn't trust just
So-
a contractor's opinion.
No, I understand that, but do you understand, you know the PHDC program I'm referring to, yes?
I'm not
It's a
that
city
familiar with it.
program. It's a city program that helps low-income homeowners do corrections on their home. So that it's a city department. The Philadelphia Housing and Development Corporation, I believe is what PHDC stands for.
Yes, so I may be able to add a little light to the situation.
Let's hear.
And
Yes.
and for Miss Ellis. It's my understanding, PHDC is a nonprofit organization that works hand in hand with the city. They are not a city agency by definition, but they are a nonprofit. And what they do is they do provide grants and also try to locate low interest loans for individuals to make repairs to their properties. In this case, the property had been unsafe. And it looks like PHDC has their own inspectors that go out, take a look, and come up with a dollar figure. And if it is over the amount of the grant that is able to be issued by that agency, they will either work to try to get a low interest loan or they will deny the claim because it is over the amount. That said, it looks like it was a estimator that came out to the property, not an engineer. With me, I don't know. You said that you've been in contact with Councilman Johnson's office. I would certainly reach back out to the councilman's office and see if they may require or may ask PHDC to come back, because they do have engineers that they work with. They may be able to have their engineer go out and take a look at this and come up with a viable solution other than replacing the wall. I'm not saying that replacing the wall is not the option, but there may be something
I
else
understand.
out there.
But an
Yep,
engineer might have a
totally
different-
understand.
Different idea what needs to be done. to
Yes,
fix it.
and that's exactly what we're doing with the councilman's office, exactly what you just described. That's exactly what we're doing, to have them go back to PHDC, take another look, and come up with other alternatives which are viable and appropriate and will correct the violation, in an acceptable way. So what you're telling me, which is new information for me, is that there are structural engineers at PHDC.
No, they aren't, but they do know of some that work with that agency, so they may be able to have
Okay,
one at that disposal that they may work with. But that would be a conversation
Right.
between PHDC, the councilman's office, and yourself.
And Ms. Ellis,
Very good.
when you had your work done 7 years ago, the Star Bolts, did you have a structural engineer look at that time and make that determination?
I don't recall.
Yeah, I'm just saying, if you did, that may be another structural engineer that you can refer your
Right.
neighbor to.
Right. We've looked into a few, but I think the best course is, I'm sorry, I'm over here now. I don't have my screen in front of me because that's at my house, but who is the person here on the call who talked about PHDC and explained all that? What's your name?
Tom Rybakowski.
I'm sorry, what is,
Tom,
I spelled?
Tom Rybakowski, RYBAKOWSKI. Your pen might have ran out of ink.
Yep. Nope, did not at all. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank
Okay,
you.
so, Tom, you recommend 90 days,
I'd be willing to push to 120.
120?
Yes,
120 days? Okay.
120 days.
Amy, you all right with that?
Yes, I'm fine with that.
Ted, you all right with that?
I'm okay with that.
Okay, we're all right with 120 days to get a permit and get started or have a plan to what you're going to do. Okay, with the.
Right.
Okay, so you have 120 days to get a permit. All right, thank you. Good luck.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, bye-bye now.
Bye.
With that said, that's it for me. Enjoy the weekend.
What about Ellsworth?
Yeah, but they're not violations. Yeah.
That's a
Oh,
refusal scheduled for 2.
Have a
Gotcha.
good one, pal. Go Birds, mister. Go
Absolutely.
Birds.
Thanks, Tom.
All right, Tom.
Thank you.
Okay.
This is the
So-
reporter. We are off the record.
Yes.
Thank you. I'm sorry, this is the reporter. I do not hear you.
Sorry, sir. The following nunc-pro-tunc matters have been brought before the board. The first being HA 2024-005-152 for the property 439 St. Paul Street. Is that appeal accepted, sir?
Yes.
The next matter, sir, is HA 2025-000-087 12 South 43rd Street.
Okay, that's fine.
Accepted?
Yep.
Okay. The last matter, sir, being HA 2025000237 for the property 4932 through 4934 Lancaster Avenue.
That's accepted. All three of us accepted. too.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, all right. Okay, next one is Ellsworth. Anybody here from Ellsworth? I imagine you guys are. Come on up. Or come on down. Is that what they say on whatever that thing is, that show? Come on down, Amy. I have to swear people in to whoever's going to be a witness and speak, okay? All right, John, are you ready?
I am ready. I would just mention, if I might, the people who are going to be testifying have their backs to me in this view. I'm going to really need people to say their name before they speak so I know who is speaking.
Sure,
Thank
we'll do that. Okay. Who is testifying in the case?
Good afternoon, members of the board. So I am Brandon Savran. I'm the attorney for the
Okay,
property owners.
you don't have to be sworn in. Who else is speaking?
Logan Drives, the architect.
Hey, Logan, could you,
Sure. Logan Dry, KCA Design Associates, 6525 Tulip Street, Philadelphia, PA, architect of record.
okay, Logan, could you please raise your right hand, swear to tell the truth, nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay. Is there anybody else going to be testifying?
Not as planned.
Okay, fine. All right. Have a seat, guys.
Is there a way by which I can share the exhibits I sent?
Absolutely.
Okay,
If you want to, you can.
all right.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I can't hear. I really need people.
He wanted to know if he could share his exhibits with us.
Thank you.
And he's talking to Phil to hook it up. Okay, John?
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, we will. Yeah. Okay, we'll get started. I'm Wayne Miller, board member.
Amy Rivera, board member.
Ted August, board member.
Okay. Phil, could you read it into the record, please?
Yes, sir. This is MI 2025000332 for the property 1332 Ellsworth. Brandon Saravan Esquire is the appellant. He's present in the room, sir.
Okay, whoever's going to present the case, go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just give me one moment to join the Zoom online so that I can
Yeah,
beam
take your
these
time,
exhibits
take
to
your
you.
time. No
Okay,
problem.
thank you.
Yeah. No problem at all. Whoever wants to present the case, go ahead.
Okay. So what I'm going to do just to begin here is I will share the exhibits over Zoom that I sent via email to
Okay,
Ms.
we have them right
Richardson.
now.
Okay, great. So I'll actually allow the architect in a moment to walk through the refusal, which I currently have on the screen.
Okay.
But really, just to give you the gist of the appeal here, this is a property that my clients purchased approximately a year ago. Is physically a triplex. It has three dwelling units that have a kitchen and sort of a orphan dwelling unit that does not have a kitchen and is going to be merged. in summary, it has about 3.5 units, one might say. Its zoning and rental license were for 2 units. My clients were not really aware of the permitting and licensing issue when they purchased the property. I believe this is the first time they've purchased a multifamily property. They came in, hired me as soon as they realized they had a problem, and we started the legalization process by tackling zoning. So we obtained a zoning variance for 3 units, then engaged Logan here to prepare the building permit plans to obtain ultimately a building permit and hopefully a CO for our 3 units. Along the way, when Logan submitted his plans, those building permit plans were accepted in all regards except for the stairs. And again, these stairs are existing, but what we're really proposing to do is modify a lot of what's in this building, but not the stairs, because as Logan will explain in a moment, making the stairs wider as the code requires is going to have a lot of spin-off effects that's going to sort of destroy the logical layout of the place. So I'll let him get to that in a moment. All I want to do is show you some photos, and then I'm going to hand it off to the architect. So starting here on Exhibit 6, this is just what the building looks like from the outside, nothing special, 3-story brick building. You have a couple pages later, close-ups of the front and the rear of the building. There's a garage in the back with a deck on top that we are legalizing that deck as part of this process. So shown here is what you see when you enter the front door. There are stairs. In front of those stairs is the entrance to the first floor unit on the right-hand side. And then atop those stairs, as you can see on the right side of my screen now, is the current entrance to the second floor unit. We're actually going to be relocating that entrance to the right-hand side, so it's not directly in front of the top of the stairs. This is a close-up of that staircase. And this is another close-up of that staircase looking down. And what you can see from this vantage point is on the left, on the landing here on the second floor, is a locking door that sort of segregates the landing into an open portion and a closed portion that is part of the third floor unit. So what this door does is it makes the stairs between the second and third floor private for the benefit of the third floor resident. Next photo is the stairs up from the second to the third floor, and we've opened that door. So right now you're inside the private portion of the landing that belongs to the third floor resident. This is a view looking down the stairs from the third floor. And then I just have a couple more photos. These are the stairs looking up from the cellar to the first floor. These are the stairs from the first floor down to the cellar. And then a few photos of what the units look like. So they're in very good shape, especially the units on the first and third floor. So this is the first floor unit. You have photos here of the living room, the kitchen. In the back of the first floor is a bedroom, and the bedroom is actually a 2-floor space. So there's a spiral staircase in what I'm going to call the lower portion of the first floor bedroom. And what that does is if you walk up those spiral stairs, you're now on the second floor in the far rear of the building. And that is, I guess you could say, a loft that belongs to the first floor unit. And that is how you access that deck atop the garage that we are legalizing. Off of that room that I called the loft is, I'm going to call it a half dwelling unit for lack of a better word. This is the rear of the second floor, and it is connected to that loft. We're going to seal that connection and then open this space into the rest of the second floor. So when all is said and done, we're going to have 1 dwelling unit per floor. We're simplifying what is currently a very complicated floor plan. And then the full dwelling unit with a kitchen on the second floor is in the front half of the second floor. And these are photos of that unit. Nothing really remarkable there. And then on the third floor, we have a really nice space that occupies that entire floor. You can see in this photo on the right, the top of those stairs that I showed you earlier. There's a little safety gate there. That's it. So I'm going to hand this off to Logan Dry, our architect. And Logan, do you want me to show the refusal for starters?
Yeah, I think that's a good starting point. So, again, without going through these one by one, the main issue, we have a multifamily building. Everything you saw is sort of how we surveyed it and how we're trying to get it legalized, with the exception of that second floor simplification. So we are adding 1 hour fire ratings between all the units and between the staircase and the units. We are adding a sprinkler system as the code requires. Really, the only thing that came up during the L&I review that we couldn't resolve was the existing stairs. They're obviously, too steep and not as wide compared to what current code would dictate. We did look at, if we had to install new stairs that were essentially commercial stairs, 7-Eleven, not only the width of the stairs and the pitch of those stairs, like basically they'd be ripping the whole unit apart on every floor, and also then having to get into playing with the floor structure to open up the stair shafts, not to mention the electrical and plumbing and stuff like that that's within the walls, the fire alarm system. So, as part of what we did, we felt a good compromise, and, this was on the plans to begin with. Even if it's an existing staircase, we always propose, a 36-inch high graspable and a 42-inch high guardrail at that landing up top. So, that was already baked into the plans, and we submitted it to L&I. So the only thing, that we're kind of faced with is the existing stairs. And again, on average, we can look at the plans. The existing staircase widths vary from 30 inches to 33 inches. So it's not at that 36-inch width that the code requires, but, given all the other life safety aspects we're putting into the building, we felt that that existing staircase was not as pressing as, for instance, the fire ratings, the sprinklers. So, we committed to those things, but at this point, just having to redo those staircases to current code would really turn this into something that's a level 1 alteration, and it would suddenly become a level 3 alteration. That's about it. I mean, we can go through the plans if you want to see sort of what the photos showed in a plan view, we can, but that's about it.
I don't think we need to see the plans.
Yeah, we are. Do you have a problem with this? I don't either. That doesn't.
I'm fine with it.
We're fine. Good luck, guys. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
That's a pretty nice
But
place.
word of advice,
Nice
if you
place.
buy other properties, just look and see if they've pulled any permits. That place is brand new and there are no permits pulled for any of the work. That should raise red flags to you before you buy something.
And one issue that we have, quite often, properties are bought, there's no requirement that a CO is produced and shown to a buyer. It's really unfortunate, and that should be changed as soon as possible. But for you guys, if you're buying others, be aware of that and
Yeah,
look at
keep
what
an eye on
the,
that.
what is allowed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But good luck.
Thank you.
All right.
Stop recording.